Crusade against mail-in voting is a key component in setting up a plan to steal the next election, to contest election night results. Never mind the fact that Russia continues its own meddling in our elections, or that the FBI is warning about that foreign disinformation may target election results. The FBI said state and local officials are trustworthy sources, but not the man who keeps pushing lies that voting by mail is riddled with fraud, as he did again just last hour when he refused to commit to a peaceful transfer of power after the election.
We're going to have to see what happens. You know that I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
I understand that, but people are rioting. Do you commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transfer of power?
We want to get rid of the ballots, and we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation.
Wow, I'm joined now by Malcolm Nance, MSNBC counterterrorism and intelligence analyst. And Malcolm, you heard him just say it right there. He's not committing to a peaceful transfer of power because there won't be a transfer. Your thoughts?
You know, in his mind, he really believes that this election is superfluous, that there really shouldn't be an election, and that any election that's held, Donald Trump automatically wins. I really think that he told us precisely what he feels. There won't be a transition in this election. There will be a victory for Donald Trump, and there will be no reason to have anything other than an inauguration for him. I think that it will be devastating to both the nation and Donald Trump when he loses, if he loses, because he doesn't know how to handle this. I think it was Mary Trump who said that his pathology in his mind is that he can't handle anything beyond what he imagines in his head.
Yeah, but I mean, it's either he just doesn't believe the polls and has his power of positive thinking hat on and just is like, I can't lose, and that's just what he thinks. Or he knows, this is what people worry about. Does he know something we don't know, that they've already planned, that Russia has already weighed in, that he's already gotten assurances his foreign helpers will help? I mean, this piece in The Atlantic says that Trump may win or lose, but what he'll do is he'll just insist that the election was rigged. He's not actually trying to prevent mail-in voting, The Atlantic writes, but he's discrediting the practice so that he can lay the groundwork for post-election night plans to contest the results. The thing that I think a lot of people worry about is that Donald Trump may think whatever he wants in his head, but Republicans act on what he thinks to try to protect him, and that at the state level, Republicans, and at the federal level, and now in the Supreme Court, will act on his dreams and keep him in power even if he loses.
You know, the Atlantic title was absolutely spot on. The election that will break America, that could break America. And it's true. The Republican Party sees themselves as not just the enablers of Donald Trump anymore. They are the enforcers of his law. And as far as he's concerned, his dictum, what comes out of his mouth, is law. I suspect that we're also going to be seeing a lot more interaction from foreign actors. And the one that I fear the most is that on election night, as the first results are coming in, whether it's Russia, whether it's North Korea, whether it's the Trump data team and Donald Trump himself, they will start mass pushing through social media that he won. They will create a meta-narrative, a psychological framework of their victory, even though no one will declare it except for Donald Trump and the Republican Party. That right there will fracture this nation right down the middle. And I do not believe for not one moment that he will not use the Attorney General and all the tools of force in the United States government short of the armed forces.
Well, here's the other thing. I mean, the CIA is withholding information from him about intelligence regarding what Russia is doing. And I don't know if that means they're still working on it, just not telling him, or they're just standing down, which worries me if they're standing down. But also, Donald Trump's incentive structure is actually really powerful. It's stay out of prison. Don't get indicted, right? Use being president to prevent yourself from getting indicted. But it's also cash. Donald Trump, per Forbes, has raked in for his businesses $1.9 billion of revenue during his first 3 years in office. It's not clear whether he was a billionaire before, but it says here that even if his tenure ends in January 2021, Trump should be the first president to literally rake in billions of dollars while serving in office. He's an American Putin, as far as he's concerned, and he wants to keep the cash rolling in. So he has every incentive to try to stay in forever, doesn't he?
Of course, because he's an oligarch. He's an oligarch wannabe. However, the thing that I believe he fears the most, and which has probably created a blank space in his mind where he does not see the polls and he cannot see anything but victory, is the very fact that that money might be seized in a future criminal prosecution where he was making money while running the United States government, including that of his daughter and his sons, the entire Trump organization. This is existential for Donald Trump.
That would be something else. That would be something to see. Malcolm Nance, thank you. It's always great to talk to you, my friend. Thank you very much. And up next, the legacy of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.